Today's video, once again, is all about the Rare Beauty blushes. I love these blushes and I genuinely use them like 9 times out of 10 whenever I do my makeup. So in my first Rare Beauty blush video, I compared the 3 different formulas that they have. My favorite formula out of the 3 was definitely the Liquid Blush Radiant or Dewy formula. In my second video, I swatched and tried on Hope, Believe, and Encourage, which were the 3 new shades that came out last year in 2021. So this week I picked up the Liquid Blush Enjoy, which is like a corally color that I've had my eye on for a long time. And then this is kind of the star of the show today. It's the Soft Pinch Liquid Blush 3-piece set. And this is like a holiday limited edition. You get a full-sized tube of the shade Encourage, which is kind of their mid-tone mauve color, one of the 3 new shades that came out last year. And then you also get these little mini versions, they're so cute, of Happy, which is a cool dewy pink. I've also had my eye on this for a while. And then a new color, I think it's limited edition to this set, and it's called Truth. The full size, 7.5 milliliters, and the minis are 3.2 milliliters. So it's less than half the size of one of these guys. Now let's unbox Joy. Ooh, I can already tell I'm going to love this shade. This is Joy, and let me just do some swatches. So I just went and grabbed the other Rare Beauty liquid blush shades that I have. First, I'm going to swatch the shades that came in the 3-piece set. The first one, the full size, is called Encourage. It's described as a soft neutral pink. There it is there. Next in the set is a little mini called Truth. It's described as a mauve maroon, and you can see the doe foot applicator on the minis is like super small as well. This is the new shade that's described as a mauve maroon. And I would say it is a hair darker than Encourage. It's also a bit more warm tone. There's a bit more red inside of this one, whereas Encourage looks quite cool toned and a bit muted. Before I swatch Happy, which I know is going to be a very different shade family compared to these two, I wanted to put Believe just above Truth to see how it compares. So Believe is the darkest one that I have in my collection. It's the darkest dewy shade that they have, I believe. Believe is, you know, in this similar color family as Encourage, but it is a bit darker. Okay, now I'm gonna swatch Happy. Super cute bubblegum cool tone pink. Kind of running out of space on my hand. So there is Joy, a super fun corally peach. And then I'm gonna swatch Hope and Bliss. So Bliss is one that I kind of emptied a while ago, but there's still a bit of product on the side, so I keep it around so I can swatch it. So that was Joy right there, and then below it I have Hope, which is actually my favorite shade in my entire collection. I just gravitate towards it the most. And then below that is Bliss, which you can see, this is the only matte shade that I have. The rest are in the Dewy or Radiant formula. So there are the swatches, and now let's see what they actually look like on the cheeks. Oh, I forgot, I have one more. It's called Grateful. This one is very, very different compared to all the rest because it's just a bright, bright red, as you can see. This is actually really nice to mix with some of the muted colors to make it pop a bit more. So I'm very curious to see Encourage and Truth on side by side because they're both kind of deeper. It's like a mid-tone to deep shade of blush, but the undertones do look fairly different, so we'll see. I also thought this would be a good opportunity to talk about some of my favorite brushes that I like to apply my cream blushes. When I first started my YouTube channel and I was kind of starting my makeup collection, I honestly used brushes that I got from Amazon. It's from a set, and the brand is called Beaky, I believe, and I really enjoyed their brushes. It was really soft, kind of dense, kabuki style brushes, and they washed really easily. They held up pretty well over the couple of years that I had them. I still have them, but you know, I've gotten some new brushes since then that I like more. And then, you know, still in the very affordable side of things, I really like e.l.f. brushes when it comes to applying my cream blushes. This putty primer applicator is really, really nice, and it's kind of the perfect size to go and blend in any cream cheek product. The other one I have here is called the e.l.f. Complexion Duo, so it's double-sided. This side is really good for like concealer, pinpoint concealing. You can also kind of use it to shade in your eyelids with eyeshadow or bronzer, or even blush if you want to go for a monochromatic look. And then the other side, slightly domed. Also a really good size for your cheeks. The only difference is this one is a little bit more flat and this one is a little bit fluffier, so you can get a more diffused kind of natural look with this, but they're both really, really great. And then recently I was sent some lovely brushes from BK Beauty, and I have been loving these brushes. This is the 106 foundation brush that I love for blending in concealer, blending in tinted moisturizer, foundation, any complexion product. This blends in like a dream. It's also a nice size for your cheeks, so if you wanted to use it for cream blush, you definitely could. But I really like this one for cream blush. It's a little bit angled like that, super soft, really, really hugs your cheeks nicely and is great at blending out cream blush. So those are the ones I've been rotating between. So to start, let's take Encourage, which is that first one I swatched over here. I'm gonna dip the brush into the product a little bit and then start stippling it onto my cheeks. So I'm gonna apply Encourage on my left cheek. And then as always, I take my foundation brush and just blend out the edges. I'm going to build it up a little bit because sometimes it's hard to see color on camera. I know it looked a bit cool in the swatch, especially compared to some of these other shades, but on the cheeks it warms up a little bit, especially if you have a little bit of bronzer or something to warm up the complexion. And on this side, I'm going to take the shade Truth and see how that compares. And I will say this is a very similar situation I was in when I tried on Encourage and Believe side by side in my last Rare Beauty video. I find them very, very similar once applied to the cheeks. In the swatch, they did look kind of different enough, but once they're on the cheeks, once they're sheared out, because you're not going to put this much pigment straight on your cheeks, so when it kind of shears out and washes out and blends into your skin, they look very similar. You know, it's nice you get the full-size version of Encourage, and then you have the little mini of Truth. So if you're traveling or going away for the weekend or something and you don't want to bring a full-sized liquid blush, you have a little mini you can pop in your bag and get basically the same look. But I really do like the shade. I think it's really nice, especially for the fall. If you have fair to light skin like me, you can shear it out and get a really, really nice flush. For medium and deep tones, I think this is a gorgeous shade. So I just removed those shades and now I'm gonna go in with Happy and Joy. I'm gonna use my e.l.f. Complexion Duo brush, and that's the one with the kind of flatter top. I've seen so many people wear the shade Happy, but I've never tried it for myself. So there is one layer of Happy. I know it looks really bright in the tube, but on the skin, it's such a gorgeous, natural looking, salmon-y kind of pink. It's not as cool toned as I would have expected once it's on the cheeks. And then on this side, I'm gonna go in with Joy, which is one of the new shades I picked up, and it is a dewy muted coral. Happy is definitely a little bit more cool toned, whereas Joy is quite warm. Almost leaning a bit orange. They give a very similar effect though. Very fun and bright and youthful, perfect for spring and summer. Whereas Encourage and Truth and Believe and those colors, I would probably gravitate towards in the fall and winter. I'm really glad I got Joy because it's such a cute corally color and I love these kinds of shades. So these are the blushes that came in that holiday set. I think it's such a cute set to try out a few different colors, especially if you're new to the brand or even as a gift. This is a lovely gift or stocking stuffer. These minis are so cute and I wish I had them on my recent trip when I went to South Korea, because these would have been absolutely perfect for my makeup bag to save space. I did bring Hope on my trip and I used it very, very often. I will be doing a haul and first impressions of all the skincare and makeup that I bought in Korea. It's a big bag. Let me know what blush shade you're loving these days, and if you've tried any of these Rare Beauty blush shades. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a good one, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!